Welcome to the Dixie Doggers podcast. We're here to share knowledge and heritage. We hope y'all enjoy. For the best cut gear in the business, get with Dave Williams at Southern Cross Cut Gear. Make sure to use code Dixie Doggers for savings on all your Southern Cross cut gear. www.hogdoggear.com.
If you're buying or selling land, farms, or hunting property, these folks know land. Get with Phil Wilson from Georgia Land Brokerage, 678-791-3483.
777 Kennels, Advanced K9 Nutrition. Vertex K9 Essentials, Advanced K9 Nutrition, beneficial to all breeds. You can contact them at 979-206-3050. All right, everybody, here we go. Do another show one more time. Listen, we've done this show before, and Nathan done something with it. We blame it all on him. Don't know. I have no idea. It's a lot easier for me to lay the blame on somebody else than to be responsible. Way easier. So what we're doing, we're going to do this again. And I got Rusty Michelle here with us tonight. And I got Mr. Aaron, the decoy dog man. That's what I know him as. Aaron, what's your last name? Rusty won't tell me.
Evans. Aaron Evans.
You told me before, I think, but I think we did this the same thing last time. So sounds pretty good. Well, give us a rundown on how you got to be famous, handsome, and hung like a field mouse, and talk about these dogs.
Oh, I guess it was probably 15 or 16, 17 years ago. I don't know. Time kind of gets away from me anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I went coyote hunting one time with it actually turned out to be my neighbor, Kelly Jackson, and he had a couple he had one mountain cur. I don't remember what Peaches was crossed to. She's mountain cur something cross, and then he had another little mountain cur Jack Terrier cross, and we went over by Ranelette, and we got into 3 or 4 sure enough alligator coyotes, and I mean they were spinning circles and the dust was flying, and it was the craziest thing I ever seen in my life. And I'd always had quail dogs or coon dogs or something growing up, and quail kind of disappeared around here, so I kind of built off in the decoy dog thing with Kelly and kind of followed his lead, to be honest with you. He kind of started the deal. And I got some of his bloodlines still in my kennels today. So if I go coyote hunting anymore, if I'm not in a contest, I got a dog with me year round. I don't go out without a dog anymore. Whether it's summertime, wintertime, springtime, fall, it don't matter. I take a dog with me everywhere I go.
I don't blame you, man. You now the dogs that you have now, this is a bloodline that you said you got from some of it from Kelly, and
yeah. But
you breed all your own dogs. You don't buy them from other people, correct?
I have not yet had to. Mm-hmm. I bought a little jag a few years ago. I was gonna breed, and she ended up getting killed before I could use her. But I wound up with one of Kelly kind of retired. He gave me one of his better dogs, so I got her in the kennel now, and I'm gonna try to breed her to my real good Nacho dog. I've actually put them together twice, and it hasn't took yet. So I don't know. I'm hoping this next go round when she comes in, it will take. So we'll see. If she does, it'll be some real good. Be probably the dogs I've been really wanting to get a hold of.
Mm-hmm.
Size wise, handle wise, gritty wise.
What kind of size you talking about?
I mean, I really like a. Honestly, 20-pound dog is about what I want.
Okay.
But I want to go year round too. And you take a big dog. Well, just like, for instance, I guess it was not before last, me and my wife went out and we was going to go make a coyote stand. We try to do something together, once or twice a week. And I had sat down on a place that I hadn't hunted, and coyote backdoored me, and I had that little terrier. She's probably what, 25 pounds? What, red dog?
Yeah, she's 20.
Yeah, she's probably 25 pounds, maybe.
Nacho.
Nacho's 32, I think. But anyway, I had her with me, and that coyote came in the back door. I seen him come around. He went right beside the Can-Am, saw the Can-Am. It went back behind us, was booger barking, and that little red dog went to him and worked him back to us. Couple follow backs back to us, and I was able to get out of my chair and walk around a little thicket and get him killed. But without a dog, you ain't doing that, and without the right dog, you're not doing that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask too. Which I mean, I'm familiar with a good bit of it, but at the same time, a lot of the listeners that we have, they're in totally different genres of hunting, but everybody likes the dogs. And so with the size, like I said, I sat in with Ricky from Lighthounds, and we talked with Seth Simpson last night, and Seth is at the other end. He wants, if I remember correctly, he wants a big dog. He wants a dog almost the size of the coyote. And we were talking about Devin, I think Devin Staker, and he was talking about Devin likes a smaller dog and all that. What is the purpose for that smaller dog, and how much of a handle do you have to have on your dog?
Well, you want them to have a little bit of grit, but the problem with the big dog that I've ran into is intimidating single coyotes.
Mm-hmm.
You might not always call in a family group. You may call in a single, and the whole purpose of having a dog with you is helping you kill coyotes. And I've never, I don't know Seth's dogs, but I know a lot of the guys that run those bigger dogs, they got to find the right coyotes, and if you don't find those alligator type, really territorial coyotes, you'll just run them off,
Now he did say that. I do remember him saying that the general consensus of where he's at, they have very, very aggressive coyotes.
Yeah.
And that's what
we used to too.
Okay.
We used to too, but we killed a lot. When you do this for 15 years and you stay on them, well,
All of them alligators.
Them alligators, they start disappearing real quick. Those older coyotes, they're not around no more. So then you got to change your game plan. And with a smaller dog, you're throwing a bigger net,
Mm-hmm. And so how do you do your training? That's what I know we're going to get asked that question. I know people are going to want to know about, what's the method, and any tips or tricks or anything you got for that.
Man, when I had a pup, I'd put a leash on her or a collar on her or him, and I would start with just fetch more than anything. And when I wanted them to go get the ball, I'd beep them once. When I wanted them to bring the ball back to me, I'd beep them twice. And that would kind of get them where they would go and come, go and come, go and come, So then when you set them down on a coyote stand, you can sick them on a coyote, and then when you want them to come back, beep twice, and then they'll come back. And once you do that, with a dog for, say you put them on 50 coyotes, well, they're going to figure it out after, especially running with another older dog. I've been very fortunate to always have with me Kelly's dog or one of my older dogs. And those pups will fall right in with those dogs,
Mm-hmm.
But the biggest thing is you don't, as those dogs see more and more coyotes, they get better at reading the coyotes, the body language of the coyotes, and they kind of understand the game that you're playing, which is pretty much cat and mouse. You go out a little, coyote comes a little closer. Got to go out a little bit, coyote comes a little closer. Next thing you know, it's in your lap. And sometimes you don't, with the right coyotes, they don't even have to work a dog. They're just going to be on that sun gun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that that dog don't even have to work that coyote to get him close to you. That coyote's just coming no matter what, he's coming to rip some ass.
Well, that's,
and if you get the right coyotes, man, it sure, it makes it a lot easier. But, I've seen my dogs actually go out and lay down and just be totally submissive to a coyote just to get it where it would come closer,
and then bust his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a guy I know named Rodney, and Rodney's bad about that. He'll play real submissive, and then he'll get another guy in there. Next thing you know, Rodney's up on his ass.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, dude, you got to watch it.
Yeah.
No, I listen. All I do is talk shit constantly. Like I like joking and carrying on and cutting up, but there's times where I get serious, and I do have a serious question to ask. Is like where do you stand on the general consensus of other people getting into the decoy, like newcomers is what I'm getting at, being serious about it. Cause I mean, myself personally, I get people call me all the time. They're like, "Hey man, I need a good hog dog. I want to start hog hunting and blah, blah, blah." And it's like, bro, shit, we're full.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What's your stance on that?
I mean, last few years, I don't hunt like I used to. I ain't gonna lie. I was gone every evening,
Yes, sir.
and so I hate to be the guy and sit here and say, well, you need to hunt that dog so much or blah, 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 but I think it's good to take any dog on a stand with you when you're coyote hunting, to be honest with you. I think it don't necessarily, I mean, you can take whatever dog you want, some dogs will just naturally, do it,
Yeah.
I don't know that I go spend thousands of dollars on a dog when I got 2,000 acres to coyote hunt on,
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest deal. I think a lot of guys don't have the country to really do it with,
Yes.
But if you do take a dog on stand, this is what I was kind of getting at. So many guys ass up coyotes anymore. If you have that dog with you, you have a lot better chance of covering your ass with that dog with you.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. So
Yeah.
a coyote, when you turn a call on, you're lying. I mean, you're pretty well you're lying. You're making up a scenario that doesn't exist whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
And if that coyote comes in downwind of you and busts you, or comes in, sees the call, gigs up, he knows something wasn't right. He has nothing to link that to except for the fact that there was a human there. But if you have a canine on the ground with you, leaving that scent, peeing on trees, I think if you do ass up a stand, you have a lot better chance of going back getting that coyote killed later.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Does that make sense?
It makes a lot of sense. I guess in like relate, you could put it in terms more like turkey hunting with a decoy. If
Yeah.
If a gobbler comes out and he sees another gobbler decoy and a hen right there, well, he's got something to go to. If nothing's there and he looks and he sees a fat redheaded guy by the tree, he's like, "There's that sumbitch right there." He's not coming back.
Yeah. And even if you have a dog and that coyote, even if you don't get that coyote killed, at least in that coyote's relating what happened to that dog and not necessarily you. So he's not nearly as educated as he would be if he comes in directly downwind of you. You don't ever even see him and he leaves. You, in your mind, there wasn't a coyote on that stand, but more than likely there probably was, and you just didn't see it. Especially if you're hunting in an area where there's a lot of coyotes. I don't think guys understand how many coyotes they call in and never see. And that's how this country gets assed up so fast.
Yeah.
So if you just take a dog with you, I think it's a great idea. Like I said, I don't make a stand without a dog. I don't care what time of year it is. And but that goes back to me running a smaller dog that I can run year round.
It's a little easier to handle, a little easier to take care of.
Yeah. Less intimidating to the coyote too. And I promise you, that little Jag Terrier, that little red dog I got, she's a mean son of a bitch. I mean, she might only weigh 20 pounds, but she's mean. I'm telling you, she's tough.
I understand. I've got some. I've had them for around 20 years, and man, they're some of the most tenacious little dogs I've ever had. Those and Patterdales are pretty rough, but I've got some Hide Terriers now, and which we're working with the German Hide Terrier project with Hide Terrier USA, and I like these dogs pretty good too. They're a little bigger, but for what we're doing on the hogs, man, there's a few guys that are using them for decoying, and they really like them.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, like I said, I got nothing against anybody running a big dog, and I mean, like I said, I've just learned from what I've experienced in the last 10 years, it works better for what I do. That's all I can say. You know, I have to go pick up my own coyotes. They won't bring them back to me, but
well, damn.
That's a sacrifice I'll make.
Can't have it all, buddy.
Can't have it all. I have to get off my fat ass and go out there and get them. But I get my steps in.
Yeah, get them 12,000 steps a day.
Well, you take, I mean, in that sense, you take a dog like Aaron's got a dog out here named Bean that, I mean, he's what, 45, 50 pounds?
He's almost 50 pounds.
And that dog reads a coyote. I mean, that dog reads a coyote better than any dog I've ever seen. And, I mean, he knows when to be hard. He knows when to be soft. And, I mean, he'll put one in your lap, that shouldn't be there.
Yeah. But he's really passive.
Yeah, he is.
He's really passive dog.
But we've probably killed what?
Shit, a ton.
2,000-3,000 coyotes over the top of that dog?
At least.
Damn. Old Bean. I like that.
Old Bean. Old Beanhead.
Yeah, I used to have a dog named Bean a long time ago. Little bean-headed ass dog.
I sold Bean a few months ago, actually. He's in western Oklahoma with a government trapper now.
Really?
He uses him on the trap line.
Hell yeah. So do y'all trap much?
I don't. Nothing against it. I just ain't never.
Yeah, I got you. Well,
I ain't never got into it.
I was just curious. I didn't know because but some of the guys I know, most of the guys I know that decoy, that's what they were doing. They're government trappers or do government work, but they're hauling a dog with them all the time as well. So so with you're talking about calling.
Yeah.
And with the dog helping cover your ass on some of the stuff. Seth, when we talked with him last night, he said that he felt like, you needed to get good at calling before you got into decoying if somebody new was going to get into it. What kind of calls do you guys use, and how important is that on your side?
Man, I don't know.
Or does it matter?
I've been using the same old sounds for ever and ever and ever.
Yeah.
I mean, Kyle's gonna come. Kyle's gonna come.
I got
That's my take on it. I mean, I got a little canine puppy sound that I play. That oh shit, dude! I bet me and Kelly killed shit. Probably 75% of our coyotes too. It's just a little whiny ass canine puppy sound.
We'll be back after a quick break.
Quick thanks to the supporters of the Dixie Doggers podcast.
Light Hounds.
Southern Cross Cut Gear.
Phil Wilson with UC Hunting Properties.
Rankin Ranch 38 Cattle Company.
777 Kennels Advanced Canine Nutrition.
And the old Boars N Broads.
Huh. They're decoy season.
Yeah, I mean it's honestly I think people need to spend more time working on killing coyotes than they do worrying about calling coyotes, to be honest with you. I think that's.
I got you.
But I think these call guys anymore are trying to sell these calls, so they're making that the sounds are what makes you successful, and it's not. It's how well you can shoot. It's how well you can set up the stand right, know where your coyotes are coming from. I think if anything else, you need to go out and do some locating and find out where these coyotes are living at, so you know what wind to set up when, how close to get. Like I said, I don't know Seth's situation up there. I'm just going off of what my situation is, and
no, and that's exactly
majority of the guys I take where they mess up at it. They ain't playing the wrong sounds. They're just missing coyotes, and then they go back and try to call those coyotes again, and they won't act the same. You know, they won't. They're not. You ain't gonna fool a coyote but a couple times, then they're done. You know.
I got you.
You're gonna have them doing this booger barking at you, and yeah, I think learn your weapon more than anything, and don't let coyotes go. You know, I think so many guys go out and let way too many coyotes go. If you kill those coyotes, other coyotes in the area will filter right back into those spots. So don't be afraid to kill all them coyotes. You know.
Oh yeah.
Don't let anything go. Kelly Jackson taught me that a long time ago. You don't let coyotes go. No, for no reason whatsoever. No, don't let them go. Kill them.
Burn them down.
Kill every one of them. Yep.
So what kind of?
That might be your last chance to kill them. You may never get another shot.
Yeah, because if they come in and they figured it out, then they're like, hey, I'm never coming back to that sound. You know.
No, absolutely not. Then you wind up with, you know, there's so many guys that go out and, you know, maybe they got 3,000 or 4,000 acres to hunt, and the numbers that they tell me they call compared to what they kill is it's unbelievable. It's ridiculous. And then they go back, you know, then there's another contest 2 weeks later. They go back and they try to hunt that same stuff. And then they go back again in 3 weeks and hunt that same stuff. And then they call me and ask me what sound to play. Like the sound that you called, the sound you played the first time you were out there when you killed all those, or when you called all those coyotes, that's the sound you should be playing. But you done fucked that up.
Yep, that's exactly right.
You done fucked it up. And now you're going to have to battle you're going to have to try to set up in a different spot. You're going to have to try to change sounds. I mean, it just messes everything up. But that's just how.
Definitely see that. There ain't no doubt. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the weapon? You said know your weapon well. So what kind of weapon are you guys using?
I shoot a 22 Creedmoor. Rusty does too. We found that's pretty well the gun that we've had the best success with. We shot for a long time. We shot 22 243 Ackley improves, but the brass prep on them was just stupid. You know, they had to take a 243, neck it down to 22, and then turn brass, and then fire form it, and then reload it. It's stupid how much work it went into. When you shot a coyote, you picked your brass up, you know.
Yeah, well, I imagine so. If it's all that work into it.
I went to the World Coyote Calling Championship probably 10 or 12 years ago, and that was when that that 6.5 Creedmoor was just coming out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there was a boy there, and he was telling me how he had taken that 6.5 and necked it down to 22. This was back before the 6 Creedmoor even was around, you know.
Oh,
and
I've been messing with this a while.
Yeah, so we started necking that 6.5 down, and to a 22. It's worked out really good. We run them 75 burgers about 3,600 feet a second, and man, they're devastating on coyotes out to 1,000 yards. You know,
wow,
pretty incredible, really.
I think if you're shooting 1,000 yards, I mean, it's and in today's world, I mean, that's probably a lot more common than it ever has been. But still, at a live target, the size of a coyote, you know, It's a heck of a shot, and to be consistent with it, like you said, they need to learn their weapon and know what they're doing
Yeah.
instead
Yeah.
of taking marginal shit
Yeah.
and educating.
Yeah. Well, we have 1,000-yard range here at the house, so me and Rusty don't have a reason why we shouldn't be good after 1,000. You know.
Exactly. So now I know I can give Rusty a hard time if he misses something.
I ain't saying we kill every coyote at 1,000 yards, but we're gonna scare the shit out of them. I promise you that.
Well, yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
But yeah, whenever I started hunting with Kelly, that was one of the main things that we worked on all the time. We'd go out to the shooting range and we might drink a couple, 3 or 4 beers and just dry fire, practice getting on our guns, practice different distances, practice when our trigger broke, practice everything, you know. And I don't think anybody does that anymore. They go out and call coyotes and then they don't know their weapons well enough to get them killed.
Yeah, I don't think there's probably not a lot of people that do that in any situation anymore. As far as hunting goes, especially with dog hunting, there's not a lot of people that do any prep work. Yeah, you know, like you get some guys.
No, let's just go out and hope. Let's go out and hope for the best. Go out and hope for the best.
It's ridiculous. You know, it is ridiculous. I go with guys all the time, and you know, we'll get somewhere and have a hog, and I'm like, and they're just like you said, they're just gung ho. Let's just throw everything down and just let's poke and hope, and that's not. I need a plan. You know, I want to have a plan. I want to have it thought out the best I can in order to be able to be successful. But you know, not everybody does that.
No.
That's getting to be a thing of the past, for sure. So, well, what kind of glass you got on your rifle?
I shoot a Husky scope. Rusty shoots a Night Force. I shoot that Husky. It's got a real simple MOA tree in it. It's got a hash mark every 2 minutes. And then I set my drops up to where my bullet drops 2 minutes every 100 yards. So it makes it real simple for me to shoot out to 800 without dialing my scope.
I got you.
And it makes it I'm pretty simple minded, and shit happens fast in a coyote stand. You gotta be quick, you know, you can't be fucking around with your scope. So it's what has worked for me, and that's what I've just always stuck with, you know.
Mm-hmm.
The Night Force has got an MOA tree in it also, but it's got like 20 minutes of a 20-minute tree in there, maybe 25-minute tree. And it's got a hash every minute, and it's just real busy. You know, it's got a lot in there.
Yeah.
And it kind of messes with my mind when I'm trying to do my holdovers, you know, on a coyote. So I've just always shot that Husky just because the tree, and it's a tough scope too. It's a really tough scope, and it's good glass, and it just works for what I do, you know.
It's pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, you might check them out. Husky Optics.
Optics.
Yeah, I think I found it one time. There's some guys down here shooting from like the Best of the West. You ever heard of the Best of the West?
Yes.
Yeah, and that's what they run, where it's them Husky and anyway, like I said, the tree kind of set up for my ballistics on my bullets, so I've just always kind of stuck with it, you know. Just hold every 100 yards is one hash mark. So keep a rangefinder in your pocket, and
it drops 2 inches at every 100.
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
2
I
minutes.
mean, not 2 minutes. Okay.
Yeah. 2 minutes elevation every 100 yards, and it's consistent out to 800. Pretty cool.
It's pretty sweet. Ain't no doubt.
It is pretty sweet. Yeah. So it's made for a Magnum type. You know, those
big
Huskies are kind of, they're made for those big guns, and so it works out good for my little fast short. You know, my little fast 22 gun.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. When's the decoy season? When what time of year is best?
I mean,
honestly, June, July, and August has historically been the best, but I'll go year round anymore.
Yeah.
The end of April, I'll usually try to back off of them for a month and let them have their pups, But if I do go that time of year, I won't take out the whole family group, Just
Mm-hmm.
used to, I would, but I try not to go that time of year. That way, I don't have to worry about it. But that time of year, they're gonna have a litter in the ground, and there'll be a female that's taking care of them, and then there'll be another helper bitch and a male around somewhere, usually. And if you wipe them all out, then you wipe out the whole litter, you wipe out everything. So
Mm-hmm.
if you wait, our rule of thumb around here is whenever the grasshoppers start coming out, you can go start killing coyotes, because if you happen to wipe out a family group, that litter of coyotes will live off grasshoppers.
Oh, okay. So when you got like when they den up, do they like return every year about to the same den? If you don't kill them, of course, Like, are they like creatures
Yeah.
of habit or territorial or?
Well, I've killed family groups, and then historically, they're still, kill you go in there and kill a family group, and the next year you can go in there in the same spot, and they're, you're pretty close to their den.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. If even if
Yeah,
you've knocked the whole
yeah,
group out, there's more coming in.
yeah. I think it has more to do with the cover and the food source in the area, and pressure. They want to go try to have their litter in an area that's pressure free. Away from everything with a decent amount of cover and a food source. And if you can find that, you'll usually find a den in that area.
That's pretty slick there. What's the biggest coyote you ever killed? Male and female. And don't
I don't
start
know.
lying either. Because
I don't know
Rusty
about.
I know Rusty will start telling a lie in a minute. So if you're hanging
Yeah.
around with him, I'll have to watch you.
I think the biggest coyote I ever killed was 47 pounds.
I just don't know. I could believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But female, I don't know. I've never.
We killed 42 one time.
Rusty says we killed a 42-pound female.
well, you sound like you're not even sure about what Rusty said. You see what
Well,
I'm getting at?
Rusty keeps better track of that shit than I do. I don't pay no mind.
We did kill 42.
I know one time we were in a contest and I killed 5 coyotes by myself while Rusty sat there and watched me.
I did that.
Hell
And
yeah.
all five of them were over 40 pounds, and I killed every one of them within 10 feet each other.
God almighty.
And we went over there and picked them up, and every one of them was over 40 pounds. It's crazy.
Damn, that's some big dogs there.
That's one of them.
But those are the type of coyotes you find with your decoy dogs in the middle of July.
Makes good watching.
Yeah, that's the kind of alligators that you're looking for. It's just they're just hard to come by anymore. And I've got a lot of country to hunt. I mean, I've got a lot to hunt.
So what's the most coyotes that y'all killed in a day?
Like a daytime only hunt.
Was it just say in a 24-hour period?
46.
Jesus Christ. Fucking you're like parvo on them bastards.
Yeah, some nights you find they just. That's why I was talking about the whole calling deal. There's certain times when you can go out there and I swear to God, you could take a recording of a baby crying and kill coyotes all night. It's just when they're on, they're on. It don't fucking matter what you play.
Yeah.
You don't want to go out there and play something real crazy aggressive and run them off. But as of sound wise, most of the time it don't matter.
That's where I messed up when the first few times I ever tried to call. I was gonna try to kill one with my bow, and I got too aggressive and run them off. Played the wrong sounds. They were there, so I was like, well, hell, I'll get them to just run right in. No, they ran off. I was like, well, shit.
Yeah.
That didn't work out, you know?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how that works. You can really, you gotta start off slow and easy. And like I said, throw a big net, throw a big net. The bigger net you can throw, the better off you are.
Hell yeah.
A lot of these guys now are just starting off with fights and vocals, and I'm just like, man, you're killing some coyotes to that sound, but you're missing a lot that ain't coming to those sounds. Like Mel that I killed the night before last, for instance. He was pretty pretty mellow. He wouldn't have come to no fighting.
Hmm.
He was coming to those little canine puppy sounds.
Well, you get.
But I don't think a lot of people don't have the patience for it anymore. But
That's
just
what
some
I was
kind of
going to
little
say to you.
canine.
Just sit for a while and just ease into it.
Yeah, just you need to give it 5 or 6 minutes of some rabbit or some bird or some puppies or some, I mean, hell, anything really, some deer, anything like that, any type of rate of stress sound, you need to give every stand 4 to 5 minutes of that before you even remotely get close to turning into anything aggressive, in my opinion. In the same way with howls, if you want to howl on the early morning, if you want to howl, it needs to be a real mellow, lone female, submissive type howl. You don't want to go in there and blare some aggressive male howl right off the bat, because then you're taking coyotes that might be there and just doing away with them because they're not coming into that.
I'm learning a lot of stuff on this. It's pretty cool.
You really limit your, like I said, throw a big net. You go in there and do that, and your net gets a lot smaller.
Yeah, because he's just going in there, going crazy, going buck wild with it.
Yeah, and maybe you got a young male or young female. Maybe he was last year's pup and he's on his own. He's all by himself. Yeah, you think he's gonna come into that? Ain't coming. I wouldn't either.
No, hell no. Because he's worried now. He hears all that.
Yeah.
He's like, oh shit, they fixing to get me.
Exactly. Like if Rusty came and knocked on my door and started yelling at me, I'm running another way.
Yeah, not doing it. That's exactly right. That's how Rusty does stuff too. Though sometimes he'll call me. God Almighty, he'll get to hollering.
Bullshit. You don't never answer the phone.
I did answer the phone on February the 13th in 2024. I think I answered the phone.
That's right. Yeah. That is correct.
That's one guy. Did I tell you about the guy that messaged me a while back? I swear I did not see. It was on Facebook Messenger. I did not see the message, and I got about 4 or 5 messages in a row one day, and so I went back and I said, "Well, hell, this guy messaged me." I said, "I'll go through there this evening and contact him." It's mostly young guys asking questions, Well, 30 minutes later, I get another message. He said, "Well, I guess I'll just go fuck myself then, since you don't want to talk." He said, you never answer me and you ain't answered your phone. I was like, oh, fuck, brother. Like, you have no idea. And I just was taken by it. I was like, you got to be kidding me. He really thought I was going to fucking answer the phone within 3 minutes? Like, no. The people that's most important in my life, and Rusty is one of them, I hardly ever answer the damn phone still.
Yeah. About once out of 10.
But I'm getting better. I'm getting better.
We sell these kill racks out of the welding shop, and have been for the last 4 or 5 years. And the people that message me on Facebook on Friday at 8:30 or Saturday morning, it's just unbelievable. Blows my mind. Like, what are you thinking?
Oh yeah, I get some of them at 2:30 and 3 o'clock in the fucking morning. That's the ones that's like, bro, like, what are you doing? It's like, what the fuck are you calling me for?
Ace phone rings probably more than anybody I know.
That's not a bad
Yeah.
thing.
Mine drinks bunch, but I drink a lot.
I put that screening deal on my phone. It's really helped a lot.
Mine does too. I get.
If it ain't saved in my contacts, it won't ring.
Yep. A lot of mine will show up as a spam risk. I didn't put that on my phone, but actually it's not a bad thing though.
Mm-mm.
Even if it's people that I know, but if it's not a local number, probably 6 or 7 times out of 10, it'll show up as spam risk. And then I'll go back and check it, and it'll actually have that person's name and stuff on it. I was like, oh fuck, so and so called me,
Mm-hmm.
And I've had people there like, man, you didn't answer the phone. I was like, fuck, it didn't even ring. It showed it was spam risk, But then I'll try to call them back whenever I get a chance.
Yeah, that's all you can do.
Yeah. But, a lot of people, they think that you're not doing anything. Like Rusty knows. He's like, fuck. He said he'll call me back whenever the fuck he gets time to do it. But some people, they don't see that. Like they literally think you're sitting there holding the phone.
Mm-hmm.
One guy, he said, well, I seen where you posted on Instagram. I was like, have you ever heard of scheduled post? It's a crazy concept. Well, I might have 10 of them together and just say, okay, we're going to schedule one for each day of this week or however the fuck I do it. Bingo, Well, I'm glad somebody else has to deal with a bunch of that shit too.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm glad.
That's why I go hunt and get away from it.
Run away from it. That's what you do. Running away from your shit. So tell us some good hunting stories about. I know y'all go do these contests and stuff. I want to hear some about that. I know our listeners do too. Tell us some of the best ones and the worst ones.
Cool. Man. My wife's sitting here listening to us.
She's looking at both of us like, oh boy.
Oh, Lord of mercy. I've been cussing like crazy and that woman sitting there listening to me with a dirty mouth like I got.
She's got a dirtier mouth than you, promise.
Jesus Christ. Don't talk about her like that, Aaron. My God. See,
Tell him about winning the West Texas Big Bobcat Most Coyote Contest and not going to check in.
Yeah. Yeah, we went. We hunted, West Texas Big Bobcat. It's a big, it'll be, what was there, 780 something teams in it that last year.
Holy smokes.
We hunted it in Marc, and they have, like, the Bobcat deal is separate. They have, it's what it is, you got to kill 5 coyotes, and then to weigh your Bobcat. So you got to kill a Bobcat, but you got to kill 5 coyotes to qualify that cat, for the to weigh it. But we don't ever hunt for the cat. We just always, they have a most coyote side pot that we hunt in.
So we hunt for a cat too. Yeah. We just don't usually kill one.
No, not really. But we hunted it March last year, and we got in the coyotes pretty good, and we was rolling pretty good, and they wanted our other partners. They was kept on me and A about going to try to find a big cat. And me and A was like, man, we just need to keep whacking coyotes. And anyway, they finally did. Well, anyway, we killed 20. They was like, and we've seen
64 is one of the 4.
Yeah, 64, 50 a couple times, 40 several times. And, we just, we ain't going to do no good. So.
But no sense in driving.
No sense in driving to the check-in.
Mm-hmm.
We went back and forth for about an hour, and finally we didn't go to check-in, and we got home, and 15 won it.
Damn.
Pretty good paycheck we left there.
About 8,000. About 8,000 we left in San Angelo.
Boys, that's pretty rough. Pretty rough.
Oh yeah.
We've done that.
Yeah, we've done it.
We've done that several times.
We've lost more hunts than most people's won by not going to check.
By not going, yeah.
Like we ain't showing up with this number or whatever,
Yeah.
Embarrassed because we had a shitty day.
Yep.
We had a shitty day,
and then everybody else had a more shitty day. You know,
I
not
told
even go to check in and lose.
the last tournament that we hunted, which I don't get to hunt very many, but it was a hog hunting tournament. I told Rodney, I said we need to take everything because we signed up for longest stringer, we signed up for everything. And sure enough, he's got a dog named BB, and she is a piglet killing dog. Like that's all that son of a bitch wants to do. She's 5 years old and just now getting to where she'll actually bay a hog. But she loves a piglet or a shoat. You know what I mean? And so she had like 2 or 3 of them that she had done tore the back leg off, and one of them that had the front leg tore off. I said, throw them in the buggy. It don't matter. Throw them in there. Well, Rodney kept on. He's like, I'm going to throw these away. I was like, don't throw none of them away. They all count. Well, this asshole threw them away. We wound up, we didn't lose, but we tied. To me, I would have rather just fucking lost, but we tied. And I turned around. I was like, they kept calling the number. I said, no. We have 2 more. It was 11, and I think 13. We had 13, or it might have been 13. We had 15. Either way. And nobody said nothing. I looked. I said, you threw them some bitches in the ditch, didn't you? He said, well, hell, it wasn't but half a pig. I said, don't matter. I said, you just cost us a damn pig. Boy, I was so damn mad. I said, I couldn't stand it. So listen, you got to take everything. You got to go weigh in, and you got to weigh in everything. But y'all know that for sure.
Oh yeah.
So what's the good ones?
We won the world last year. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we gave them the best test today.
Yeah.
We done it. We had to kill ours by 11, 12. We had to kill ours by 12. And then drive 8 hours to check here.
Damn.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Pretty good stuff.
We won pretty good. What was that? What'd that one pay?
21,000.
Yeah.
Wound up splitting 21,000.
Good God Almighty, 21,000. Y'all sound like Randy Durrell in there splitting up money. My gosh.
Not quite that type of money, but
some of these hunts pay pretty good.
they do pay good. He ain't won no $1 million or nothing, but like Randy has. But.
Well, I mean, whatever. 21,000 is a lot. That's love. It's a lot.
It pays for all our stuff for a year.
We entered a weight hunt year before last, and we killed 30 coyotes
and 15 stands.
Yeah, we made 15 stands. We killed 30 coyotes. It was a weight hunt, a 5-stringer.
It was a
3-stringer weight hunt.
Mm-hmm.
And we had
3 big. I mean, that'll won any stringer hunt in Oklahoma, and we was hunting a weight hunt in Texas.
And this guy brought 5 coyotes in.
I had 4.
He brought 4 coyotes in to beat it. We had 30. He had 4.
Yeah. We had a 40. We had a 47, a 40, 47, a 44, and a 42.5 on a 3 coyote string, and got our ass kicked.
Got beat.
What?
Oh yeah, dude killed a 54 or 49 and a 46 something.
He probably wasn't even a coyote hunter.
And he asked and said, "Hey, I said, man, where are you hunting at?" He said, "I'll be honest with you." He said, "We was hunting right behind a damn dead pit in a Tyson chicken farm."
Now you're talking. Yeah, that's what it was. Wow.
But it's bad. That one damn guy looked like Jeremy Jefford.
That's the only time in my life I killed 30 coyotes. Probably had one of the better nights I've ever had.
Yeah.
And we don't even get second. We went home with nothing.
Yeah.
Damn it, boys.
But 30 dead stinking coyotes in the bed of a truck. Yeah. That's all we took home.
Wow.
So we don't do weight hunts no more.
No.
Yeah, I imagine not. Like shit. So explain to some of the listeners out there, about these hunts and
you find them all the time.
Like how they're coordinated, how they go. so that way they kind of get a
Well,
grasp of it.
some of the bigger ones now they're doing a weight, like a 3-stringer weight, and then most coyotes, and they'll combine them. So you got to enter both pots. So say you enter a contest, $200 goes to the weight side, the 3-stringer coyote side, and the other half goes to most coyotes. And then the really good ones will have a Calcutta. They'll sell, the teams.
Oh yeah.
And if you can get yourself bought in the Calcutta affordable, that's always nice. And then when you kill a coyote, most of them anymore, I have to pull my phone out, or Rusty's got to pull his phone out, or Jake, whoever we're hunting with, and film us shaking the coyote. We got to work the jaws, and then we got to film like another person's phone, like for the timestamp. And then, some of them we have to put kill cards in their mouth, zip tie them shut. And then when you get to weigh in, they'll go over those videos, and a lot of times there'll be a lie detector, that you'll have to pass, polygraph you have to pass. And then I've seen them even stick thermometers in their ass and check the temperature and make sure that the number coyote, like if your coyote's numbered 1 is colder than number 2.
Oh, okay.
And 2 is colder than number 3.
Yeah.
3 is colder than number 4, and make sure that their body temperature all lines up with what you've got down.
Because people doing what, freezing them and shit like that, just cheating,
or putting them in a pen, and hell, I don't know how all they cheat. I've never cheated, so I can't tell you how to cheat. You know what I mean? But
I understand.
I'm sure there's plenty of fucking ways to do it.
I like that West Texas down there. They're like that deal. Like first place in that West Texas deal, pay $56,000
for a bobcat.
For a bobcat.
Holy smokes!
They've went as far as DNAing them. Now they'll DNA them and make sure that they hadn't been tampered with. Several. How long ago was that? When that dude, there was a dude that was injecting blood in them cats, making them heavier. And
what?
Oh yeah. I mean, that kind of money, man. It's amazing the lengths people will go to, try to get an edge on something. And,
being an honest person kind of sucks sometimes.
Yeah, it's.
Those guys got caught.
Yeah, they got caught.
Yeah, they need their ass beat. Doing stupid shit like that.
But now.
I think they cheated everybody out of well over 150 grand.
They won
out of those hunts that they got caught cheating in.
They won West Texas twice.
Yeah,
and then Clay's hunt.
So how does that? How do they make that right? You know what I'm saying? Like if like a while back there were some guys that got caught cheating in a hog hunting tournament this past year or last year too, and so it was already over with. When they finally found out, and then here you are a couple months later. So who was second place moved up? And I just always curious of do they try to make it right, or they just say, hey, these guys are a piece of shit. Sorry, it happened, and we just try again next year.
I don't know if they ever prosecuted those guys or not. I heard that they were. I didn't really ever follow up and see what all went down, but you're right. They didn't find out about the majority of them till they got caught, and they done cheated, 5 or 6 hunts, Now,
Rusty, what were you saying on that when I was talking about the hunt? You said what about it? When it was the hog hunt?
I was talking about them guys that was there was like all them, like that whole. I mean, they wind up being like a whole ring of them deal, but I mean they're banned from every big hunting contest they are. I mean Like one of them names pop up, they're kicked out.
Yeah, there was 7 or 8 of them in a
7 or
ring,
8.
and they were working together and sending different guys to weigh in. You know,
Wow. It's got to suck to be like that. You got to sit back sometimes and sit down and think, man, I ain't worth the fuck. Like my dog suck, my life sucks, my wife, my kids, everybody sucks.
Mm.
If you're doing that, that has to be, you got to have that moment of clarity at some point in time.
I don't know. I think they're just sorry ass people that don't care about being sorry ass people, to be honest with you.
So I think if you caught one of them cheating in a contest and they said, okay, guys, y'all can do whatever y'all want to make this right. Well, how would you handle it, Aaron? Let's just hear this.
Man, I just call Clay Reed.
Clay will beat the shit out of. Every time I've heard anything about Clay Reed, he's whooping somebody's ass or get punched in the face.
Yeah, I just call Clay Reed and tell him to handle it for me. and he would.
Yeah.
And he would. And he would. That's how I'd handle it.
There you go.
To Clay Reed. You're going to Clay Reed court, bud.
I've never talked to Clay, but I've seen him on a bunch of stuff, and he is just tickles the shit out of me.
He's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, old Clay. He thinks you can decoy with any old cow dog.
Which I mean,
you need to get him on here one time.
You think so?
Oh shit.
He probably wouldn't waste his time talking to a little old fella like us.
Oh yeah.
To me,
yeah, I'm sure if he don't know anything to talk about, he'll make it up.
Well, ain't nothing wrong with that,
No.
You know a guy named Pat Lewin?
I bet you somewhere down the line, Clay Reed's had some hog dogs at some point.
Yeah, probably so. I know where you're going with it. Yeah, probably has.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. So what's the what's the most money that y'all won in a tournament, in a hunt?
Probably the world. Yeah, the world's the biggest hunt we've ever won.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
I hunted a Colorado. Me and Kelly hunted Colorado Classic. Oh, probably 12 years ago. 10, 11, 12 years ago. And I can't remember what it paid, but it was pretty good. We hunted, I had to drive to Colorado and register us. And then I turned around and drove home. I think it was 9 hours up there, 9 or 10 hours up there. I drove 10 hours home. I jumped in the truck at the Warwick Quick Mart with Kelly. We hunted all day long because we could only hunt in the daytime here. And then we left that next day, 1 o'clock in the morning, and drove back to Colorado, won the hunt, and then turned around and drove back again. So I drove like 46 hours that weekend.
God, dog.
My tired was hanging out.
Yeah, that's a lot of damn driving.
But I got a cool buckle and some money. Yeah.
That's always a damn plus.
Yeah, and we beat some dudes that were legitimate cow hunters, legitimate dudes.
It was a good contest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it used to be big. Colorado Classic used to be pretty big. They didn't like us Okies coming in and winning, I promise you that.
Oh, I bet. Don't nobody like it if you're not from that area.
We almost got DQ'd on our videos were an hour off once we got up there.
Oh, shit.
To our timesheet because they adjusted the time on the videos compared to what time, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we wrote it down, and then when we got up there, adjusted an hour. So like we had wrote down coyote killed at 1 o'clock. Well, it was an hour off when we got up there. The video said it was at 2 o'clock.
Oh, I got you.
Because of the time change, and we almost got DQ'd.
Huh. So what? I mean, how did that play out? I mean,
well, we had to take the lie detector.
Really?
We had to take the lie detector, and It was one of the first lie detectors I'd ever taken, and I was fucking nervous, man. I was nervous. I hadn't slept, I hadn't ate anything hardly. Been living off coffee and caffeine and nicotine, and then sat down in one of those chairs in a quiet room with some dude you don't know to ask you a bunch of questions that are weird. And so he tried to fool me. I ain't shitting you. He tried to fool me. He did.
What
Anyway,
kind of
I ended up passing.
questions did he ask you? You said
Man,
some
they
weird
ask
shit.
you weird. They ask you some weird shit like have you ever intentionally said something to hurt somebody's feelings?
Oh shit! Oh man!
So they'll ask you a bunch of those questions like that, and then they go back after they get their readings off of that, and then they go back and ask you questions about the hunt. Because everybody said something in their life.
Oh yeah.
To intentionally hurt somebody's feelings.
I say it about every day. I probably shouldn't, but like I do, and I'm getting better at it. I don't say it as much, but I think that's kind of bullshit the way if they ask those kind of questions because they're setting you up for failure. They're like, this guy's fixing to lie. Watch him.
Yep, that's exactly right. They want to see if you're lying on that or not.
Like, have you ever hurt anybody's feelings? No, because you don't want to look like a jerk.
Well, what happens is your mind starts racing, trying to remember back to the last time you said something intentionally to hurt somebody's feelings.
Yeah, that question would be easy for me though. I try not to, but I can't help it.
You snap right back to the last time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like it was about 8 minutes ago before we started this.
Yeah.
You don't have to quit picking on Rodney that much.
No, it wasn't even Rodney. It was one of the guys that worked with us. He can't help it. He can't help it. He's a good dude. He's dumb as hell though. He's dumber than a box of shit, is what I said. I said, you are dumber than a box of shit. He's like, what's that mean? I said, my case in point. There you go. And he just kind of looked at me. He was sad a little bit, and I laughed. It wasn't because I was being mean. The expression on his face was comical. But I know the guy. And I'll do anything. He needed something, and I stopped and drove all the way over to his house, brought him something, and then come back home. But I hurt his feelings, while I was there.
Yeah.
I've
been there, buddy. I've hurt quite a few feelings over the years, I'm sure.
I bet you do. I bet you do it shit all the time.
One time I had been saving this spot, and I knew there was a family group of coyotes there. We were in a contest, and I wasn't hunting. I was just calling and spotting. We were up in the high rack, and I kicked the call on, and here comes the 4 coyotes that I expect to show up. And the 2 shooters in their basket wind up, well, I'll just tell you, the 4 coyotes that came in, all 4 of them left.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I was pretty pissed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was pretty pissed. I don't remember what I said. Something along the lines of, that can't happen. That can't happen.
Yeah. See,
that can't happen.
That cannot happen. Let's see. Let me translate that. God damn, you're dumb as shit. Y'all can't shoot. What the fuck?
I don't even think they shot.
Oh, my God. Oh, man. I don't know. So you do a lot of guided hunts. Is that predominantly what you do, Aaron?
Do what now?
I said, do you do a lot of guided hunts?
For coyotes?
Yeah, or just in general?
No.
Okay.
No, I guide deer hunters on the ranch here next door to me, and then I guide canned quail hunts. I still got some third dogs.
Okay. What kind of bird?
So I do. I got 2 pointers and a Brittany. Actually, the Brittany ain't even mine, but
Dude, I've never worked. I've never worked with a Brittany of my own. I've had some nice pointers, some real nice English ones.
Yeah, I got a couple of pretty good pointers. The Brittany's real good too.
Really?
But we just do. So I go. We got a guy that raises a quail for us, and I go pick them up, and
Yeah.
I put them in a pillowcase, 3 or 4 at a time, and make me a little covey, and I put them to sleep, and then I put them out, and then take these guys through there, point them, and let them shoot them. So
I got you.
it ain't that glorifying, but it pays well.
Yeah, we used to haul quite a bit of quail from here to places in Texas. Well, I mean, we'd go to Georgia and Kentucky, a few other places, but it was mostly in Texas where we went.
Yeah,
where we carried them out there. And I had never been on one of the hunts or anything like that, so we just tagged along one day. We weren't hunting at all. Like I said, we were delivering. Like, we wouldn't ride around with guns or none of that shit,
Yeah.
And the guy was like, "You want to go?" I was like, "We got a couple hours to kill." Yeah, that's fine. We'll just hang out. And I was kind of like you said. It was like, I was like, "Damn, that's it." He's like, "Yeah." And then he told me how much it paid. I was like, "Shit, it's not bad. It's not a bad day."
No, it's a pretty good gig.
We hauled for the season. I think the last season was 120,000 birds, and the most we'd hauled was like 160 to that one particular place.
Wow, that's a lot of birds.
Oh yeah, it was. I mean, every 2 weeks we were carrying between 5,000 and 7,500.
That's crazy.
Oh, dude, it's ridiculous.
Now, those plantations, they turn them loose and leave them out there all year, though, right? Or do they do like I do and just take them and set them out?
Well, most of them are just set out. Some of them, of course, they don't get shot, but the birds that we were hauling were pretty heavy birds, but they flew well.
Yeah.
And they would put them in holding houses.
Yeah.
And then in the mornings, go down there and put them in a box and take out, I think usually it was like 60 birds.
Yeah.
They would take them out, and generally, if whatever didn't get shot, then it just stayed out there. But of course, I've never seen that many predators anywhere in my life. There were skunks, dude. There were skunks everywhere. I was like, holy shit.
Well, that's the key to that deal I've found, is having birds that can fly. You got to have birds that fly well. If you don't, it's rough. You wind up get a dog shot or
yes.
But if you have good birds that fly that have been in some good plot pens, it's pretty fun,
Yeah, we I've
got a little Johnny house that I actually collected probably. Man, I bet there was 60 birds in there at one time, just left over that have made their way back to that house.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
We've got some wild coveys on some of my private property that I have here. I just got me and my sons, we have a little lease, and it's just just for us, and it's one of the few places that I've seen here in Alabama that still has any wild quail. We of course there's no hunting, but we go up there every now and then. We'll kick some up.
I found quite a few out there on those fields that I do my quail hunts on.
Yeah,
I put Milo out, and then we went back and no-till drilled into it with some ryegrass and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And there was some wild coveys. We wound up finding some wild coveys while we were chasing those pen raised birds.
That's nice. We've got a lot of woodcock here now. Right.
Oh wow.
Yeah. At first I had never been around a lot of them, or you'd see one every great once in a while. But like right at dark, like when it's getting to where you can't hardly see in the woods, them fuckers everywhere where we got our lease at.
I'll be damned. I've never seen one, I don't guess.
Pretty wild. They're pretty badass. Nate was talking about getting him a dog, and and start and hunt them. But I think he was talking about taking one of the terriers that we have, and because they're versatile little dogs, like you can work them to do certain, do a little bit of everything. And I think he was talking about messing with one of them this year. I think it'd be pretty sweet to do that. Like I said, though, woodcock, they look like a snipe. You know what they are. You know what I'm talking about. But they got
I've seen one
They got a
before.
long bill. That's what I thought they were at first. I thought it was snipe. And we were up there one evening, and Nate said, "That's woodcock." I was like, "Well, I thought it was snipe."
I've seen a picture of one. I've never seen one in person, but I've seen a picture of one.
Bring the dogs.
They
Come down
usually
here and go get them.
with spaniels, don't they? Ain't that what they usually use? Little spaniels.
Little cocker spaniels.
Yeah.
That's what I was raised up with.
Yeah.
That and game dogs. My dad had one of the weirdest. It was weird. His house dog was a cocker spaniel, and we had all the damn fighting dogs out on the yard. It was weird, but no, the little cocker spaniel that we had now, that was a hunting little bastard.
Oh, I bet.
Dude, that some gun would hunt and was smart, very smart. We had several of them over the years, but that's what that place we hauled them quail to out there in Bernie, Texas. That's what they were using. Most of their dogs were cocker spaniels.
Yeah, I bet they'd be good for that. My pointers, sometimes I got to keep them reeled in. I mean, because they'll be 2 coveys ahead of me, So with those pen raised birds, you got to kind of keep them reeled in pretty close.
Yeah.
That Brittany probably works a lot like that spaniel does. He does. He probably does better at what we do, just because he hunts in close and he ain't gonna run past nothing.
Yeah, that's that's something I feel like a lot of people, they'll let shit pass on a dog, because the dog's hunting so fast and so hard. I'm like, well, what's he running past?
Exactly.
What's he running past? But you probably don't have to deal with that kind of stuff with the decoy dogs, do you?
No, not usually.
Not running past nothing.
No. Most of the time I like to keep my dogs kind of up close by me, where at least one of them that's always watching, because a lot of times if you have all 3 of them out there, or 2 of them, say you're hunting with 2 dogs or 3 dogs and they're all out looking, a coyote slips in, they don't ever even see the coyote,
Yeah.
But if you got a dog up there kind of by you, at least one, if I take just one dog, I usually take Nacho, and he just sits right there beside me and watches everything. He'll even get up on his hind legs if we're in tall grass, and he'll stand up on his hind legs and spin circles.
That's the one. I've seen a video or something.
Yeah, it's a Nacho.
Yeah, it's Nacho. He's standing up on his back legs. Yeah.
Yeah. He's pretty cool. He's definitely figured it out. That's what he's got one eye that's bad.
Yeah.
And we were out there hunting the night before last. Oh, there was a wire in his dog kennel he ran into, I think's what happened. But even with one eye last night, or not before last, one of the other dogs was down in the trees probably 300 yards and just slipping through the trees. It was Red Dog, and Nacho seen it, from that far. It shot off like a rocket. He was gone. But pretty crazy how well he can see with just one eye.
Yeah, that's pretty wild there. What's the most coyotes that y'all ever had come in on a stand?
8.
Damn.
I remember that time across the road, there was 10 in it, or was there 9 or 10 in that one?
Yeah, 9 or 10. Most I've ever killed on a stand by myself was 7.
That's a lot of damn.
I think the other night over there by headquarters, we called it 9.
Yeah.
But at nighttime, it's a little bit different. Them coyotes come from a long ways, So if you get in between if you happen to set up in between 2 or 3 or 4 family groups and they all come, that's kind of how that happens,
Yeah.
Y'all have mile sections there?
No. Now down south, there's some agriculture, and it's probably, I'd say, about 3-hour drive from here to where you start getting in any flat land.
Yeah.
And there'll be some stuff down there, but nothing's sectioned off any that I know of.
A lot of the stuff here is in sections, mile sections.
Yeah.
And you can almost bet that if there's decent cover and decent food, there's a coyote in each section, at least one. Sometimes a family group, sometimes a single, nomad that's got kicked out or too old, can't run with them anymore, or our family group of some sort, whether it be 2 coyotes or 6 coyotes. But about every section, you can kind of pretty well bet on a coyote in that section. That makes sense. And I think they use those section lines as kind of
territory markers.
Yeah, territory markers. I think that's why you see them shitting on the roads.
That's pretty cool. Like if we have like logging roads and stuff here, like that's where you're gonna find the most sign, I guess, that's visible for us, because it's very dense forest around here. It's heavily wooded, and like we have a big population of coyotes, but you don't really see them.
Yeah,
if that makes sense, you know what I mean. So there's a few guys around that I know of that got into calling and pretty heavy, and they're knocking down some pretty good numbers. But like you said, there's a lot of them are just, they're learning the hard way. They're learning on their own because there's nobody here that's done it.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of coyotes that are getting educated, and they're probably calling in a lot more than they see. Well, I'm sure they are.
For sure. Yeah. And some of that stuff's beyond their control too, where we're pretty fortunate with these mile sections where we can go around and get the wind right on about anything, We don't have to necessarily hunt a stand. A stand's not necessarily a north, south, east, or west wind. You can work it however you want to. You can go around and move around. And those guys that hunt in that thick stuff, man, that's tough. That's tough. It's hard to throw up big numbers, in that stuff.
Yeah, here it's like, especially in our immediate area, if you pull, like on our lease, if you pull in the gate, you drive straight down the road, and it's a couple miles long, and it just ends.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing for thousands of acres. There's no other roads. There's no trails. There's no access of any kind.
Yep.
And so,
they're automatically at a disadvantage because they don't really know where the coyotes are or where they're going to come from or anything
exactly
else.
Right.
That's where that locating probably down there would be pretty handy. I know a lot of guys like in Arizona, New Mexico that hunt that real heavy brush stuff. They do a lot of locating.
Yeah.
That way they know the next morning, pretty well where that family group of coyotes is at, and then they can set up on them the right way, But here we're at a huge advantage where, it's mostly wheat fields, mesquite trees, creeks, draws. We know where the coyotes are going to come from, especially after you hunted them, for 10, 12, 15 years, exactly where the coyotes are going to come from.
Yeah.
So that gives us a huge advantage over those guys that are hunting that thick stuff. If I had to hunt that stuff, I'd probably quit.
I hear you. That's it. I'm the same way. It's like that with the hog dogs. I mean, it's tough. I mean, like I said, you pull in a gate and the road just ends and there's nothing else there. So you can't get ahead of your dogs. You can't cut them off. You can't pack to them. You can't do all these things that you can do in other places. But at the same time, I feel like it makes a better dog and a better hunter. because you got to pay attention to a lot of things. And
Definitely got to be in better shape.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I'm fat and out of shape, but I promise you, we get around here, we start going up and down these hills. There's a lot of these young guys that turn around and look. They're like, I can't believe that you're here. I said, give it about another hour. And then
I'll just get warmed up.
yeah, and then they're sitting there, and I'm like, I do this all day, every day. I don't get no big hurry anymore, but like I might have to walk 10 or 12 miles, and it's all uphill. It sucks. I ain't gonna lie, but at the same
Sure
time,
ain't wearing the wool pants.
do what?
Yeah. Oh, wool pants.
Yeah, that's what I need to do it in no pants.
We sat down on a stand one time, and me and Rusty killed a quad, I think. Either a triple or a quad.
Triple.
We walked in 300 yards, and then we killed the coyotes at 300 yards.
Mm.
Then we had to walk out there and drag them out. Rusty had put on a pair of wool breeches that morning.
Oh,
It was
man.
about 60.
It was cold. It was cold that morning.
Yeah.
Cold that morning.
I thought I was going to have to give that motherfucker mouth to mouth.
Rough, ain't it?
I thought I was going to have to drag him and
I lost 10 pounds on that drag back.
I don't doubt it. My
I
God.
probably need to.
Damn wool pants. That shit's rough.
Yeah, it was bad.
And that's the only broad. It's the only broad. He had to wear them all day.
Mm.
Hey, he looked back here and he said, "You gonna make it?" I said, "I hope."
Had a man down, boys. It's bad shape. Mm.
It was bad. Yeah, it was bad. I didn't wear them very long. I ain't worn them much since. I'll put them on. We're getting in.
It don't get cold enough around here to wear no wool pants.
Lord of mercy.
Not in this part of the country.
I used to say that about here, but man, there's a couple of times this year it was cold. It was bad cold.
We had some cold weather, but we actually had a pretty mild winter. Actually, we did. We got down in the teens a couple times, but that's about all we got this year.
We had some single digits and a couple of 0 and below 0 days, but I mean, for here that's extreme.
Yeah.
Generally, if we get down in the 20s, that's cold, bad cold. And man, we had weeks this year. It would stay, hell, it never get above freezing. I was like, what in the hell is going on? Well, hell, we went to Uncle Earl's. That's what I was telling Rusty. Like that Sunday, let's say Sunday, it was 86 degrees right before dark that day. I mean, it was hot. I got sunburnt. Thought I'd done dehydrated, sweated so much. And at 9 o'clock the next morning, we got 3 inches of snow.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
That's some of that Oklahoma stuff there.
That shit blew my mind. I was like, what in the hell is happening? And it stayed like that for a couple of days. When we were down there in Louisiana, it was still cold here. And then it warmed up about the time we got back home. And, well, shit, I don't know what y'all's weather's been like, but it's been cold this week.
It's been nice here.
Yeah,
Well,
pretty
I ain't gonna say cold, but
so.
it's been cool. I'll put it that way. It's more about what spring's supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's been nice here.
In the 30s in the mornings, but it's warming up into high 60s in the evenings.
Damn. Yeah, we ain't got
70s.
nowhere near 30.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it was this morning. It was 37 or 38. Yesterday and day before it. Yesterday morning was pretty cool, but the day before it was fucking cold.
No,
I don't know what. Like I said, I don't know what the deal is with this cold shit.
Well, I can tell you right now where I live, I'll never live any further north than where I am. I'm talking not even 100 yards further north.
So you don't care nothing about the cold, huh?
No. I like the coyote hunting shorts, flip-flops.
I hear you. Well,
And I will.
down here, it's like that. It's fucking hot and humid.
Got to watch out for snakes.
Yes. We have to deal with that a lot.
Y'all got rattlesnakes there?
Oh yeah.
I'll be damned.
Yep. So do. We got all kind of damn snakes. We got
Who's
a
that
lot of
boy
copperheads.
Who's that boy that does all that shotgun and stuff and makes all them sounds for?
Tory Cook.
Yeah, Tory Cook. Is he in Alabama?
No, he's in Kentucky.
Yeah, I seen the
Kentucky.
say. I thought he was in Kentucky. Yeah.
Yeah, but he hunts a lot of that thick
Corn.
shit,
Corn.
trees. I see a lot of stuff like
In
shotgun in the timber, and
He's shooting them real close too, huh?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think so.
That's where, here, our average shot, if we ain't got, if we're hunting contests, 250, 300.
I don't like to shoot a coyote any closer than 150 yards. I'll be honest with you, especially in a contest. If I don't have a dog with me, I don't want it any closer than that. But some of those guys, they like it right in their lap. I don't want no part of it.
Whole lot of room for error there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
There's a lot of things. If you keep them at a distance, they don't ever actually figure out what you're doing, you know. But if you let them come in, if you let them come in and get in your lap, then they figure it out pretty quick, you know. Plastic call hanging in the tree, dude smells right there, you know.
Yep.
But you can kill them at 150, 200 yards. And hell, a lot of times they won't even run off when you kill their buddy, you know.
Damn, I would. Somebody kill my buddy, I'm gone. Get the hell out of there.
Everybody says, well, that ain't calling coyotes. Well, in a contest, it's all about how many you put in the trucks, you know.
Yeah. How many contests a year do you guys try to hunt?
We usually have enough country to really compete in 5 or 6, you know, bigger contests. We don't do any of those little contests anymore. We just do the bigger stuff.
Yes, sir.
Used to, they have every volunteer fire department in the area to have a hunt, and but they keep so much percentage of it, you know, and just got where it wasn't worth it. You know, go out and bust your ass all day long and not make no money.
Yeah, that'd get old, I guess. You know, especially like I said, you're doing it for, you know, the competition side of it. You know, if it ain't worth it, then hell, why do it? Just do it for the enjoyment if you're gonna do that. If you're gonna go out there and work your ass off and not get paid.
Well, most of these hunts anymore pay 100%, you know.
Oh yeah. Sweet.
They'll pay 100%, and then of course they'll keep, you know, they'll get their sponsors that'll sponsor the hunt. They'll make some money that way, and then they'll take out what it cost them to put the hunt on. But as of taking a percentage of it, they don't do it anymore. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely see that. You know, taking out what it costs to put it on, because I've put on some hunts before, and I've done quite a few of them where I didn't take anything out. I just put it all, you know, paid it all out, and you know, it cost me. And I don't compete.
Yeah, it can't cost you.
Yeah, and that's the thing about it. And if you can do 1 or 2, but after that, it's it. If it's costing you, then it just doesn't make any sense. Because I was just hell bent on like it's going to be 100% payback. You know, I'm not taking nothing, and then it got to it was like, dude, I at least need to get the money back from what I spent, because at that point in time we didn't have any sponsors. And then the last 2 that we done, we had some sponsors that put in. But Rusty was one. He bought, you know, sponsored a buckle and stuff for the hunts, and that really, really helped a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah,
you know, it really did. I was like, man, I felt a whole lot less pressure of being able to, you know, to accommodate. And so those guys that are putting on the big tournaments like that, yeah, they definitely, you got to get out what you're putting in it at least.
I think some of them they're making some money on now.
Yeah,
I bet that West Texas deal. I bet they make pretty good chips on it.
Because there's a lot of work in that shit.
That kind of money.
800 teams come,
It's a lot to
could
keep up
possibly
with.
show up to check in. That's a lot,
Yeah.
But they've got a lot of sponsors, and I mean that thing's grown. It's grown so bad. I mean, so big that they do. They've done 3 hunts a year. They do one January, February, and March, and every month it gets bigger and bigger. Every year it gets bigger and bigger.
Well, I mean, that's good. It's a good thing.
But all you got to have is a 30-pound bobcat and 5 cows to win it.
Yeah, that's it. Ain't nothing to it.
So
Pretty easy stuff. Sounds like it, don't.
I've only killed one cow or one bobcat close to 30 pounds. So
That's a big cat.
and they won't let us Okies in it no more since those guys cheated over there on Eastern Oklahoma.
Now you got to hunt Texas.
Damn. They shut it down.
We got to hunt Texas.
Yeah.
So you have to hunt it. You have to hunt in Texas.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gotcha.
That's pretty
crazy. Which
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
got work.
I see some of the view on that. I've been to some tournaments to where it's like if I hunted at the house, I feel like I'd have a whole lot better chance.
Oh yeah,
But
I mean that goes back to anything, I mean it's hard. I mean, just like coming down there to y'all's, I mean, if somebody comes in your backyard, it'd be hell beating you. Like somebody shows up in mine or A's backyard, they're gonna have hell beating us.
Yep.
But I mean, that's just the way it is. I mean, we know the country, we know, we've been, hunted it so long. It's one of them deals.
yes, sir.
Home field advantage goes a long ways.
Yeah, and I've had people, they're like, "Oh, that don't even matter." I'm like, "Yeah, I think it does to me." The home field advantage deal, it matters to me.
It does. It does if you got the country.
Yeah.
I mean, country plays a huge part in all of it.
In every bit of it, yes, sir.
I mean, especially if you know the good country, then I mean that takes a lot off your plate right there.
Lord, yes.
All you got to do is go do what you know you can do and do it. Mm-hmm.
Yep, you have it knocked out. So
talking about home field advantage on contest.
Yeah. Every time we've ever went anywhere and hunted somewhere else, we sucked.
Lord of mercy. Well, y'all got any hunts coming up soon?
We're done.
No, we're done
for the year.
Oh, done for the year.
Yeah.
I got you.
Well, till about November, December. Fire back up.
Get it going then, huh? So what do y'all do in the off season? Just go hunt, just go call them up or dog them, decoy them?
Yeah.
I got
you.
I
I'll do a little bit for the next couple of weeks, and then I'll probably quit till June.
Yeah.
Well, I still won't. I ain't gonna get after them like I used to.
Gee, they're for what 3 or 4 years. We was hunting every morning, every weekend. Sometimes in the evenings.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, I mean,
I
it's
ain't
like
mad at
anything
them.
else. I was going to say you get mad at them.
I ain't mad at them no more.
There you go. Well, y'all got anything else y'all want to discuss or bring up on here? We got about an hour and a half, 40 minutes in on this one. If you got something else y'all want to tell the world,
if you got a question,
I just want to hear a good hunting story. And I mean like a good one, not no bullshit. I want to hear a Clay Reed good story like that.
Shit, you talking to the wrong 2 people for that.
Damn. I mean, hell, every time I hear a story, it's like he bulldogged a buffalo. He whooped 5 guys. He was at a college party, and he was a mechanic. He was on Yellowstone. and I think he was in World War III. I don't remember. It was a bunch of shit. I was like, good God Almighty, he's exciting.
I ain't no telling about that unit.
He's
I'm telling
funny as hell, boy. I'm talking about
you.
hilarious.
I'm telling you, he's one of mine. He's good friends.
Yeah,
If you ain't having fun, if you can't have fun around Clay Reed, you can't have fun.
that's right.
My father-in-law, I think he's on TikTok. It's the only social media he's on. And he's like, a few weeks ago, he said, you know the coyote man?
Hey,
I said, Clay Reed? Oh, yeah. It's like, man, he's funny. So he's already spread all over TikTok and no telling
yeah.
all that one.
Oh, he's on TikTok now. I seen him on there the other day jogging.
That damn.
Oh, yeah, he's getting ready for the Iron Man. But didn't he break his shoulder?
Yeah, he breast the dog, bro. Right.
Now he's on the AI for a little while.
He's on.
Damn.
Yeah, he's a hoot.
He's something else.
Yeah.
No, it's about time. About time to get extra hogs.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good. So,
All time on the boards.
well,
I know I'm ready. God Almighty, it seems like it's been forever since I caught a hog. Which I caught one last week, but shit, that's the first one I caught in a while. No, it ain't.
I caught. I don't know. I went night before last. Caught 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's when you said you was going. Is that the night you said you was going to send Pearl up there?
Yeah. Well, I was talking to you. I think I was talking to you on the phone.
Yeah.
I caught 3 of them. There's a bunch of them pigs out there in that hay pile. And there was probably 25 of them little footballs.
Mm-hmm.
And I turned Pearl out, and he run over there, barked at him 3 or 4 times, and looked at me like, "Are you gonna make me chase these damn things?" And I called her back, and I went down the road and put her on a pretty good boar that was with that group. And hell, she ran him for an hour and a half around that damn section. Probably caught him.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, she looked at me, and she was on them little pigs like, "What in the hell have you got me doing?"
Yeah, she's like, I ain't wasting my time doing this shit.
She's almost too smart for her own good. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fixing it. As soon as all this turkey season's over with, that's me and Jewel, we're gonna have us I think I'm gonna take about a month and just me and her hunt. Well, I mean, I'm gonna hunt the other dogs too, but you know what I'm saying? But like at least a couple of days a week, just me and her go.
Yeah.
And because she's ready. She's ready.
And I got that. I've been running them one of them little pups that I raised down this last litter, but really, really doing pretty good.
That's good.
There's 8. Well, they'll be a year old. Year old and Gene.
Yeah.
There's several of them I really, really like. They're doing pretty good. Gonna be all right.
Hell yeah. Well, we're gonna try to get up that way and come visit and hunt with you.
Yeah. Yeah, come on.
Get your house and everything done. And we'll try to get much of mine done as I can.
I ought to be done with framing. Oh, by the weekend over, I might have it wired by the end of the weekend, but I doubt it.
I hear you.
I know for sure I'll have it all framed on the inside by Sunday, and I can start wiring it. Maybe I can get some insulation in it next week or 2. Or it ain't gonna hold off a little bit.
Yeah. Well, they say it's supposed to be pretty dry here for the next 10 days or so. So, like I said, we're doing the same thing. We're trying to get some of this shit done.
Yeah, for sure.
So, well, man, but yeah, hell, I'm glad y'all hopped back on here. That last one, like I said, we had a good episode, and I don't know what happened. It's what Nate said. He told me, he's like, I don't know what happened, Dad. I was like, well, it's how it goes sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
But we appreciate y'all getting back on here and talking shit with us.
Oh, yeah, anytime.
If y'all come down this summer, holler at me. I'll take y'all on decoys.
Yeah, I'd definitely like to go. Definitely like to check that out. I'd like to see old Nacho out there hopping around.
Yeah. Now holler at me if y'all come down in June or July or even August.
Okay. Well, like I said, we're
Whenever
supposed.
y'all still up.
Yeah, we're gonna try to come up and spend a few days hunt with Rusty and visit and all that good stuff. And because we're gonna wait till after he gets done with his house. That way we ain't putting no more pressure on him than he already got. Because we're doing the same stuff. We're remodeling a bunch of our stuff, and it's just never ending.
It's never ending, all right.
Yeah. Yeah, shit, you buddy, the way all your shit went there last year, I was like, oh my God. I said, I didn't feel so damn bad after that. I sat in there, I scratched my head a couple of days, and then all that happened. I said, Lord bless him. Lord bless him. So,
Yeah.
all right, fellas.
Oh,
Well, we appreciate y'all, and y'all come see us.
all right.
All right, man.
All right, y'all be good, buddy. We'll see you.
All right.
All right, bye. What's the info? There we go. Just some coyote guys. Of course, y'all know Rusty. And Mr. Aaron, he's got some kick-ass dogs. I watched a lot of videos and stuff of him. And them guys, they get after it on the coyote hunts. Like they do those tournaments. I've talked with Rusty and, over the past few years, and it's crazy at the amount of coyotes that they have in those areas. They have to do this. I mean, just imagine if they didn't do that to even keep them in check. If there's that many there now and they're constantly taking some out of the herd, can you imagine what it'd be like if they didn't? It'd be insane. You wouldn't be able to walk down the road. You'd be getting attacked. All your damn house cats and your pets and all this stuff, they'd be getting eat up constantly. So, you got to keep that in mind. I know a lot of people, they're like, oh man, they're doing this and that, and blah, blah, blah. Look, somebody's got to do the work. It might be dirty work, but it's got to be done. And so, but anyway, hey, we appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. And remember, look, I want to throw this out there. My buddy Ryan Rankin, I think about this all the time. He's a big advocate on mental health. If you feel like something's going on and it's too much to handle, call somebody. Call me. Call me. I don't care what time it is. You could call Ryan. You reach out. You don't have to fight the fight alone. And trust me, a lot of us have been in those situations where it's too much. And if you get the feeling where it is, if you feel like it's just the world's beating you up and all that, sometimes just talking to somebody, ease your mind, put a smile on your face. Give us a holler, man. Just, remember that, hey, we love you and God loves you. And it don't cost nothing to know him. Hey, we appreciate y'all. Till the next one, we'll see you.
Hope you enjoyed that episode. If there's anything or anyone you'd like to hear on the podcast, or if you'd like to come hunt with us, don't hesitate to contact us at dixiedoggers01@gmail.com.